AD has approved KC-1400 collective. Everybody want to hear me say that? This is what it's all about. They're around. They are supporting. The money is going directly to our student athletes. They're signing deals. They have contracts. Let's do it. I mean, without this collective, we won't be successful. We won't be able to sustain our student athletes. I mean, 1400 Collective have done a really, really good job of keeping a lot of our athletes here. You know, if you saw them sign a lot of our athletes, but we got to do our part. So I know after today, we're going to click that 1400 Collective. We're going to give one of those tiers, and we're going to make sure that we give to this collective so we can continue to give to our student athletes and support them and give them what I need. And I want to thank you all, Ken, TD, D-Core, C,
T-Dub.
Yeah, T-Dub, everyone that created and helped create it. I know I'm missing.
Jackson State has a collective full throttle. They have a collective full throttle. And I mean, like, so they, you know, we won the national championship in 2023, and we were slowly but surely trying to get our collective going. Jackson State won it this past year. Their collective is full throttle. Like, it is full throttle. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose anybody. And they went full throttle. And I mean, that's you correct me if I'm wrong. That's what happened.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. TGIF, man. TGIF. Come on in, hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. Happy Funky Friday. Happy Funky Friday. Hopefully everybody had a good week. Happy Juneteenth. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Ken? How's it going?
Going well. Happy Juneteenth, everybody, man. Happy, hopefully everybody had a great celebration on yesterday. You know, you get on the internet and you see the dude that they say running the country is he had some choice words about the holiday. You know, saw some people that didn't really, you know, got so much to say about it, man. The bigots have gathered, brother. The bigots have gathered and voiced what they had to say about it, and we personally don't really care. We don't care. We don't care, man. You know, it is what it is, man. You know, we live in a world of alternative facts, alternative data, all kind of weirdness going on. But hey, man, we pushing on through. You know what I mean? We pushing through, and we're gonna celebrate, bro. We're gonna celebrate. I just watched a clip, man. The lady was like, man. Lady said that she mentioned the Holocaust and how that was more recent than slavery, and I was like, wow. And I was like, you know, but you don't see. She's like, you don't hear the Jews saying, you know, give me, give me, give me. And I'm sitting there like, man, the amount of people that's just stupid in this world. You know what I mean? For one, TD, that didn't happen in America. That's the first thing.
Right. But don't mean America didn't have their hands in it. But go ahead.
I'm just saying it didn't happen on American soil. And then two, the Jews got reparations, man. Got paid handsomely, you know, and then again, like I said, that didn't happen in the US, man. I mean, no, you know, we show respect to all parties, man. Everyone, that's what it should be. But unfortunately, man, racism, bigotry is a very weird thing to me, man. But hey, man, we celebrate Juneteenth by all means, you know, and it's next week, you know, a couple weeks from now, you know, folks they're gonna be celebrating the 4th of July, Independence Day. So, you know, however you feel, however you choose to do it, y'all tune in tomorrow for more band content. What's up, Jay? What up, brother Q? KT Dub, see him out there, Miss Natasha. What's cracking? What's cracking-lacking?
What's up, fam? What's going on with JTV? JTV be on the band content, man. What up, brother Q, brother Dub?
What's going on, Leonard? How you doing, bro?
Leonard Anderson. You got it. Hey, you know that when you know you're important, kid.
Well, you got to, you know, Christopher Dukes on that thing.
Yeah, Christopher Dukes, man. That was important, bro.
Very cute with Natasha, and, you know, a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
So they ain't got nothing to hide, man. They ain't got nothing to hide. Missed you, Ken and TD at the JSU golf tournament. Association of Alumni Athletes. When was that?
Right.
You're gonna miss me every time because I don't know nothing about it.
Didn't know
nothing about it, man. What up, brother Dick?
See what I mean?
KD's?
Another two name. What up, Dick?
Trent in the house. But no, man, y'all come on in. It was today. Well, hey, I didn't get the memo. Today I was at Universal Studios with my babies, man. And it was I'm gonna just say, TD, toward the end of the day, and I'm gonna be very brief about this. I had a Jackson State versus Southern foot moment where I was like, it's time to go. They had a feet hurt. And I had uncomfortable shoes and gel soles, and man, that's Universal Studios. We did all the little kiddie rides, man, and then I realized it was a whole nother level. Went down there and it was a little too late. We talking an hour and a half, 2 hour wait. I was like, oh, that ain't happening. And I got to get back rolling because traffic coming back this way was horrendous. Hour 50 minutes coming back to the crib, for a 45-minute trip. So you know how that go. But got in, got situated, man. So no, it was been in daddy mode all day, but now it's back to the business. But no, man, it was a good day. No, I didn't know anything about that, Coach. Hopefully you guys had a good time. No, I didn't.
Nah, not did I. Like you said, hope they had a good time.
Yeah, sound like you did, man. Look, that park would mess you up. Yeah, man, they had my feet hurting, bro. Feet, freaking heels, calves, everything. It was intense, bro. But I feel good now. I got my soft slides on right now.
I took my JSU backpack and I loaded it up with water.
Yeah. You got to load up with something because everything in that thing is high as giraffe. You know what I'm saying? It's high. It's high, bro. A bottle of water, $5. I said, ooh. But nevertheless, man, it was a great time, man. I really enjoyed myself. But no, man, happy to be back on as always, man. Y'all come on in, man. Share the stream, hit the like button, hit the share button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, head over to YouTube, KC-1400 Media, hit that subscribe button. Listen, family, hey, man, we are still pre-ordering that Greenwood, man. Who got, you don't have to put it in the chat, but we'll open up with this, man. We are wide, it's wide open. Wide open, man. I've dropped it on every form of social media that we got out there. And trying to run these numbers up, man. Just keep in mind, every time there's a bottle of Greenwood KC-1400 Collective Edition purchased, a portion of the proceeds is going to go back into the NIL pot, man. So that's what we're here to work for, man. We're working towards that. Blew out our goal in a day, and everything right now is lanyap. You know what I mean? So we just trying to get it. We're trying to run them numbers up, man. Let's get to 300. I didn't get a count today, probably because it kind of slowed down for us. Hey, Miss Pam. But nevertheless, man, you can go to greenwoodwhiskey.com. Somebody drop that link in the chat. If you haven't purchased the bottle, man, what you waiting on? We bringing you everything you need. If you ain't signed up, you ain't bought a bottle, but you watching us, I'm gonna think you snooping. I'm gonna think you snooping. My question is, I'm just saying, what are you here for? If you ain't here to support, but I do appreciate the views, though. I ain't gonna act like that's not important. But when we talking about in the grand scheme of this thing, man, we trying to make some things shake. We should set a goal of 1,400 pre-sold bottles. That would be great, Brother Trent. But the reality of our community right now is just we don't really. We got a handful of folk that support everything. We got another handful of folk that'll support one thing. And then you got a lot of folks that will support no thing. And we just trying to not figure out, but just continue to, hopefully pull in some of the non-supporters to purchase and to support what we're doing.
Well, for those that don't understand, if you don't understand, you have questions, feel free to ask.
Let me ask you a question, TD. Since I'm gonna be TD right now.
Do that, man.
Ken.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
A question for you, Ken.
Yes, sir. Go shoot.
What do you mean? Like, what questions would people have? What would people not understand that would make them like? What is it about the bottle? I mean, I'm not saying you got to buy the bottle. Everybody. So some people are, it may be against their, religious beliefs or something. So I respect that. Everybody don't drink. We say my question is, you just made the comment, Ken, that some people may not understand. I want to know in your words what do you mean by that? Explain that for me.
I mean, for this situation, well, I ain't gonna say every other situation because it depends on who it is. I was gonna have skepticism. Some people questioning, the motive, questioning are the funds are gonna really go where they need to go, or the whole shebang of the reasoning behind it. Only thing I say about that is we listed, I know at least 15 football athletes interacted with the coaches and they're familiar with what's going on. And I would think if the funds wasn't being delivered to where we said that they are, then somebody will be crying wolf. Something will be said. So the alarm will be sounding. And here's the thing, man. The way I look at it, I can't account for every dollar or anything like that. But I do know with these athletes that we have on the screen, some that's not in appearance, whether it's track, basketball, ladies softball, or whatever, it's a lot of money to have to support these athletes. So right now, one of the reasons we're doing this, man, because we have no time for shucking and jiving or playing around, because we got to meet a quota. Quota has to be met.
Let me ask you a question, TD.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ken back here. Hey, let me give you a scenario. Since it's just Friday, it's Funky Friday. We gonna I ain't holding no punches back, and we're having dialogue. So Isaiah Spencer's still on the website. I haven't removed him, and I won't, because he was a part of the brand, and for 4 months, and eventually, probably when the season started, I'd turn it off. But let me ask you this though, man. That was a scenario that was posed in the. So let's say we take these players off the roster right now, and when the portal opened, Jeremiah Williams hit the portal, Jacoby and Morgan hit the portal, Jonas Fortillion hit the portal, Isaiah Spencer is already gone, Marvin Landy hit the portal, Ashton Taylor hit the portal, Kamari Rogers and Levi Wyatt said, Jack State seems cool, but I ain't coming. Travis Terrell, freshman of the year, said, man, I did my thing. I'm out. Reed Pulliam say, hey, I'm out. DeAndre Towns Blues say, hey, I got an extra year. I'm going to do something different. Quay Davis is like, yeah, man, my stock is up. I'm finna bounce. Shamar Hawkins hit the portal. He actually came back. Let's say he don't return. Nathan Rimbert hit the portal, and let's say he say, I'm going to just roll. And John Brown, who got an extra year due to the JUCO rules, say, hey, man, I'm going to try something different. Football alone. So that's what, 15, 16 guys. My question to you would be, how do you think Jack State would feel right now about their roster?
I mean, it'll be probably a lot of crying, concerns. A lot of people be stressing. But pretty much go back into where we were 2 years ago.
I like this response. I just say that because our effort, y'all know what our efforts are. We dropped a picture video. Austin probably gonna give us a video of what we did over the weekend. Don't pass out now, man. Please don't pass out. No, we don't. But it would be utter chaos.
For sure.
It wouldn't even matter that the players that came in, because we would be so befuddled by the exits that it would be pandemonium. You know what I mean? I think I have to be real when I say this, because there was a time, bro, that nothing was happening and we all were kind of on the same playing field when it comes to the football roster. We just kind of took whoever the coach was, TD, whoever they signed, we just grew to love them because they had a Jack State Tiger uniform on them, right? Now, through KC-1400 Collective, we actually now have a direct means to directly affect whether a player stays or goes, in support with what the coaches and the university, the coaches, the program, all of those things can be great, TD, yet that one thing, like an NIL deal, could be a deal breaker for a player, because there's an opportunity to go pursue a little bit more money or a deal in general. All right.
In some cases, it has been deal breakers.
It has been. Oh, it has absolutely been. So my question is this right here, bro. No, not necessarily a question. This is my comment. That time has changed now. And now we actively have, first of all, the coaches have done a phenomenal job of building a program that players want to be a part of, a winning program at that, TD.
2 years.
So no, but here's what I'm saying though. With that, I just can't listen to nobody complain and gripe about nothing if they're not actively involved in participating in affecting the roster in a positive manner through retention, through recruiting, through all of that. My response is going to be, and I'm just being real. I'm just not going to listen. I don't really listen that much anyway, unless it's real, true football dialogue. But I just can't hear it no more, because we now have created a lane where you can directly affect who stays and who goes.
At least have some say.
Well, I mean, like, you can directly affect those who can stay or go. Exactly. We're saying the same thing. I'm saying there is a direct effect. And I'm saying I mean that. And that's not necessarily just talking about, because I want to make sure I say this as well. TD, there are some who support financially from the athletic department standpoint, which allows budgets and things like that. You know what I mean? Like funds that come in, and it may be more indirect, but it's more of a top line type perspective. In this particular conversation, we're talking solely about NIL. You know what I mean? So if those are some of the questions, I think that's disingenuous though. That's what I'm getting to. You have the right to question. You have the right to feel however you choose to feel. But I think if that's what they come up with, I don't know what they're doing. It's disingenuous, bro. In a sense.
Well, I mean, I guess
it's not in a sense. That's just straight out disingenuous. We've been very wide ass open about what we're doing and how we do it, and you see the deals in place. That's how that works. So,
but let me say this. I guess in some of those cases, and what you're saying is absolutely correct. But I think in some of those cases, you deal with the unknown. That's why I said if you have any questions, ask. You know what I'm saying? Some people
people deal with unknowns all the time. And I'm not disagreeing with you. You're speaking from a place of understanding, probably through conversations, through some, some folk. And I get it. And what I never want to do, TD, is be insensitive to anybody's thought process. But I just think that there come a point in time where you can't keep using that as a means to say, listen, I'd rather you say, no, I ain't rocking with it. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't touching that. That's their thing. I'm good on that. I respect that more than just saying, hey, well, I ain't really doing it because I don't really know. When we made it very, if there were real genuine questions about what it is and you really wanted to know, that there are means for that. There are means for that. There are ways to get questions answered. It's not like we over here trying to be of some secret society, which is something that has plagued JSU in some capacities over the years, bro. We try to be exclusive and hush hush, and when it comes to that ain't our cup of tea. That ain't our lane. I ain't knocking nobody. Everybody do what they do, but we just saying that when it comes to this, I gotta be real, man. We are, man. We may be small, bro, but we effective. And let's say this, TD, we're rolling. We the train done left the station. Now it's going chuk 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 chuk. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hey, we moving, dog. That mug ain't it ain't. It's getting there. Well, it depends on who you ask, though. I'm saying in the grand scheme of like the NIL work. From an HBCU standpoint, bro, we Amtrak. But in the grand NIL scheme, we more like Freightliner that just getting ready to take off. You know what I mean? So do we know a number we need to raise specifically? No, there is no specific number. We can do that. I'll give you a number. I take that back. We're going to talk about something tonight. I do have a number for you, but we'll come back to it here in just a second. But there you go. There go the number. Shout out to Decor C, by the way. He put this out there, dropped the interactive type video on Tiger Talk TV, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the channel. And he put out this, this is just a brain exercise, man. And really a frame of reference, CD. This is a frame of reference because this is what I want to talk about, man. And I'm saying, like, I had, shout out to Jashelle, bro. Jashelle hit me up today. She hit me up with an article, TD. That was talking about, I can tell you right now, the article said, $1 billion NCAA settlement may impact college sports from HBCUs to women's athletics. And it just talks about the concerns, some of the concerns when it comes to this settlement and how it's affecting HBCUs. And it's basically just drew a line in the sand between the haves and the have-nots. But as a have-not, you still want to be the best of the have-nots. You still want to have. I'm saying, like, when we talking about have-not, we just talking about money. We ain't got no big budgets like them big old them PWI schools, bro. We don't. But like I said, we'll come back to that later on in the show. I just kind of want to set it up a little bit. But no, man, we jumped into this thing in 2025, the KC-1400 collective piece. We've been doing NIL deals just through KC-1400 media, but jumping into this collective space happened in 2025 officially. We started in 2024 as we geared up for 2025. And some of the things we did, was a little clunky, but we understand it now. And boy, going into 2026 is going to be a whole lot smoother. Go ahead, say it again.
Got to work out the kinks, man.
Yep. There's some things we can do way differently. I'll say it this way, like even with your sign up next year, TD sign-ups next year are really going to be pretty cool because you have your sizes. So like working on a Google Doc right now that I'm going to have to send out to all the email addresses on file. So everyone that's paid up or paid in full should be getting a Google Doc by the end of this month. What that Google Doc is going to tell us is your size and confirm that your shipping address is accurate, right? So you send back your address along with your sizes, right? Now from that, when we go ahead and print out this merch, that's what you'll be getting in your perk from your perks or whatnot. So what we'll do next time, TD, when with signups, we'll put the sizes with that. So if let's say you want to do a goal and you're a 2X, then you'll do a 2X goal. That way we already have all that data on the front end. We don't have to do no backtracking. It is what it is. And then there's an item code for everything that's out there. There's little stuff like that, man, as you gear up for it and get ready for it. You know what I mean? Another thing that may happen due to defaulted payments, people sign up for a month or two, it may go into installments, especially on some of the smaller packages, you know, 250, you do a 250 sign up, bro. We ain't talking about $250 for a year. It's not a lot of money, bro. That's a cable bill for some people. One cable bill. That's a cell phone bill for some people, bro, with a couple of lines on it, right? If you get the right internet, that's internet and cell phone together. You're talking about $250. My point is that might be an installment as opposed to a monthly. Man, I do that $21 a month because it just didn't work. That was the one that was, you can do 4 or 5 installments of $250. $50, $50. Just get it over with. 5 months in, we done. We don't have to be dragging and saying all out 12 months and don't fulfill it, which doesn't really help the cause. So there's a few things that we can do, bro, to make it a little smoother, a little better. But I think what tends to happen is with us, TD, and I'm gonna get started and really talk about some news and jump into these preliminaries. And I say this, when things aren't crazy and chaotic on the home front, we tend to think that it's business as usual, but people don't sometimes realize the reason there is no chaos and the reason things may be smooth on the home front is because of the work that you see folks see us doing. That's what I'm talking about. So I gave that scenario with the athletes. Yeah, it's a beautiful story because they stayed. But I could tell you every single athlete that was on that thing was mulling over leaving or staying. And trust me when I tell you, 90% of that came down to, oh, wow, I'm going to be a part of this thing. I'm going to get an NIL deal, so I'm going to stay. Versus taking my chances of jumping in that portal water, getting stuck, right? And losing out on the opportunity to be a starter for a top FCS program that can repeat, go back to the Celebration Bowl, win that thing again, and so forth and so on. We're on the grand stage. So it's a lot of us. John Bennett, let me read his comment. He says, some of us love the prestige, the bragging rights, the game day experience. We can critique and criticize those young kings out there giving their all for us, but we can't reach in our pockets to help. It's
all the time, John.
That's right. An opinion, and opinion, it don't cost nobody nothing. Everybody got an opinion about something, and we're not guilt tripping nobody into supporting. We're just putting it out. We're just having dialogue around that. So you support, you don't. We're gonna keep it moving. Go ahead, bro.
I want to add on to what John said, because I said it a couple of times during the season. I don't know who give, who don't. I don't really, you know how I feel. I don't care about I don't mess with nobody else's pockets, because I know your priorities needs to come first. I understand. But when there's a time where you on social media or you yelling obscenities out at the players and being very critical, think about what you've done to contribute to that player or the team to help get it to where you want it to be. We all love screaming thee I love, not because we only love thee. I mean, but where's the love really being shown? Or how is it being shown? So when you want to be critical of the players' play, think about your pay.
Damn, it's a bar. Mic drop moment. No, it's for real. That's what it is, man. We're just saying, man, listen, TD, let me say it this way, and we'll come back. I'll come back to that here in just a second. But make sure you guys, as you come in, hit the like button, share button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on our road to 8,000 subscribers, and we need your support to help us get there, man. So we appreciate everyone that's coming in. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Actually, Ken, I am going to put this out here again. For anyone out there listening that knows anyone, TD is looking for a golden fish deal.
TD, first of all, man, where the hell is my golden fish T-shirt at, bro?
Hey, man, see, man, that's yo.
I need my T-shirt, dog.
And we're gonna talk about that.
I need my T-shirt, bro. We always be around each other, but I don't be thinking about it. I really don't.
I got you.
I know.
Hey, I appreciate that, coach.
But now, do y'all think announcing at the game would help? Yes, it would. We got to figure out how to incorporate that. That's a conversation we got to have. Second of all, where the hell I go to fish tees at, man? I don't even have one, Travis. I don't.
Travis, we're gonna talk out of the screen too, man, because I got some. Look, Travis, you didn't put in an order, man. When they was out there, you didn't put in a request. You would have been the first somebody to receive one, sir. You hold the key to the gate. What are you talking about?
Kentucky. But no, man, what we're saying is that we play the video every single time. You know, at the beginning of the show, AD's endorsed, has really been a big supporter of us, and has given us that endorsement. Has sent us donors who have supported financially. I just want to tell.
Hey, Jay, you feeling good tonight? He feeling good.
But so this is y'all cooking right now, man. People also must, Mr. Nissa, how you doing? Must understand there's strength in numbers. Your giving may not be the same amount as another, but if you give so like this is the thing. I would love to see us get into the thousands of like signups, the thousands of like it would be mind-boggling, man. I just know that unfortunately there are a lot of onlookers, TD, that just look and will not support for whatever reason. It's okay, but we're gonna keep talking to you about it. We're gonna keep encouraging you to do so, and we're gonna keep hopefully putting things in front of you that you may want to support. You know what I mean? But we working though. We definitely working, man. We definitely working.
Story.
And again, we and that's what we want to talk about. The link is in the chat if you haven't signed up. I'll say this about that. We talking about the collective. You know, we talk. I know people gonna get sick and tired of hearing the word collective. Get tired of saying it. Trust me, we push it very hard. Think if every fan would give $1 at a home game, they could easily be 30,000 a game. Oh my goodness! Wow. Perspective. I don't even listen. Honestly, we could, with revenue sharing, there's so many ways that we could do things. I'm pretty excited to see what AD Robinson and the athletic staff is going to do in regards to that and how they're going to continue to make things shake. TD, we're going to talk a little bit about we're going to have some non-JSU topics tonight, just to touch on, kind of looking around the HBCU landscape. I see Norfolk had a price increase.
They did.
But we'll touch on that. We'll touch on that. But listen, family, we are just 37 signups. We slicing and dicing that number, man. I love it. We 37 signups away from our goal of 500. Brother David, salute to you, man. Been a member of the channel for the last over 2 years, man. Thank you so much for the support. Shout out to all the channel members, man, that have been here to support this channel, this platform, keep us rocking and rolling, man. Thank you. Shout out to all those platinum members. We're looking, become a platinum member, join the platinum chat, man. It goes down in the platinum chat, man. But nevertheless, thank you again, brother. And shout out to all the members out there. Wow. She said, I can do you. You say 28, I'm going to go 29. Look, man, time flies when you're having fun. Miss Bot, Brenda Allen.
One up.
Man, that's outstanding right there, man. Oh yeah, tell him Dub Tucker, Dub T. We just talk a little bit more in depth, things we don't put on the screen and whatnot. Count me in for an extra sign up. Yeah, man. Hey, by all means, we like this is the thing, Trent, about this. We know that there are some that will do more. That's cool. We know that. But we go further if more do. If everybody do a little bit, then nobody has to do a lot. That's what we're talking about. When they strengthen numbers, yes, strength in numbers is the name of the game. We may do some creative initiatives from a fundraising standpoint. When the season starts to do more NIL deals. I love it, man. I love organizing this stuff, man, and passing it on to these student athletes. You invest in those young folk, man, and they'll come back and take care of you later. Because eventually, if you build this thing the right way, TD, you know what the real goal is for this thing to be, man? Pour into these young folk, man. So when they grow up and grow older, they will come back and pour back into the university. Hopefully we're still around doing what we're doing, and they pour back into what we're doing. You follow what I'm saying? It would be great if the likes of a Zay Bolden or James Houston or Shiloh Sanders, Shador, whomever, any of those players that played at Jackson State would come back and pour back into Jackson State financially. Not saying that they haven't. I don't know. Whether they do it this way or the other way, it doesn't really matter. The point of the matter is that the game has officially changed, family, for college athletics. It has. And the name of the game is money. And we're not talking about you taking a lot of money to do anything. We're talking about us being galvanized as a community for us all to get more active in that capacity, because there is, even with the day of giving, TD, is always the same number. I know AD throw that 50,000 alums around, but usually on the day of giving, you get a lot of folk that may not even be alums that donate. You also get, you have what, on an average anywhere from 3,500 to 4,000 donors, maybe. Imagine what will happen if you had 10,000. And that's the way you grow what you're doing. You change the heart and minds of some of the people that choose to not do it. And that's just how it goes, And then we'll park it right there. But anyway, man, and coming up, man, less than 2 months away, waiting on the links with M-Bar and Jackson. We got that The Country Boy Experience block party coming up. Block party and concert. It's going to be hosted by Coach T.C. Taylor of JSU football. This is going to be a big time situation right here, man. So stay tuned for more information on this particular experience, the Country Boy Experience.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, 20,000 times $25 a month equals 500,000 times 12 equals $6 million yearly. It sounds good, boy. We got ways to go. We usually move a little bit faster when it's in when the roof's on fire. You know what I mean? That's usually how that goes. But he said, TC, yeah, man, it's a Country Boy Experience, man. It's all the, it's gonna be some fans popping out there, man. It will be. But nevertheless, man, couple of things. AD Rob, man, won VP Athletic Director of the Year from Dr. Cavill Sports Lab, man. That's a no-brainer. Shout out to the Dean of Sports, of HBCU Sports, Dr. Cavill. and his team, his media team over there, man, do a great job over there. It's a no-brainer. We got the best VP/AD director in the game. And Deloitte, student athlete leadership experience, that name rings a bell because Deloitte will be the entity that will be overseeing NIL. Not overseeing, but be basically managing third-party NILs. And we want to send a huge shout out to Maya Grimes. She won that. She got a chance to experience that. So congratulations to her.
That's the young lady that was in the tornado, isn't it?
Yep. Track athlete. Pretty solid.
Yes.
Moving right along, man. Coach Dylan Howard got promoted, TD, to the women's basketball associate head coach. Congratulations to Coach Howard. He was promoted as associate head coach this June after a one-year stint as assistant coach for the Jackson State women's program. He joined Jackson State staff after a one-year stint at Oakwood, following a one-year stint as the associate head coach for the Southern men's basketball team. So congratulations, Coach Howard, man.
Congratulations, Coach Howard. Yes, I know a lot of the players really gravitate to him too. You know, it seemed like he coached easy. You know, firm, straight to the point, knowledgeable, but easy. So congratulations to Coach Howard.
Absolutely. Shout out to Coach Margaret and his whole entire staff. Doing a great job over there, women's basketball, man. But yeah, man, how many got a chance to take a look at this, man? This is really kind of, you know, we use the technology that is out there to simulate some of the things that could potentially give you an idea of what that would look like. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull this video up, man, real quick, and just kind of, if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, man, please go do so. D-Core C done a good job. He'll drop these every now and again, TD. Every now and again, he'll drop these bad babies, man. And but this was a good one, man. I thought this was very timely, in conjunction with what we do and what we discuss often. Hold on one second. So for those who may not, TD, did you get a chance to check this out?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So I'll put it up real quick for those who, and it's gonna be quick. We're not gonna discuss it too long, but let me stop sharing this and then I'll share this particular one. Just so you guys can kind of see what you know, where we come, you know, what this came from, right? So when you get into, say, could Jackson State support a $1 million football roster in a new era of college athletics where NIL deals are reshaping recruiting, retention, and the very business model of college football? It absolutely can. I'm gonna just let it run because it actually, and it'll play through, TD, but it'll just kind of be up there. I'm gonna let it kind of do because he'll scroll up for you. So this is kind of where we are, man. It's a 7-figure NIL realistic roster for JSU. It's a bold idea, especially for an HBCU. It will require a level of alignment, structure, and sustained effort that's rare in college sports and nearly unheard of at the FCS level. But it's not impossible. In fact, if any HBCU can do it, Jack State can. Let's unpack what it would take. So what does a $1 million NIL roster actually mean? It means a $1 million+ roster refers to the total NIL value across the team, the amount collectively earned and committed to, right? So when you get there, this one actually breaks down. It goes into kind of like how you could divvy that money up, TD. So if you go get 10 top-tier players, you're talking 10 players basically you're taking anywhere from 500,000 to you're basically taking 500K of that for like 10 players. You can divvy that up for your top dogs, right? I don't really so much care about the breakdown, TD. I'm more so looking at the actual how-to, right? I don't even want to get lost in the breakdown. But when you get in for context, like Power 4 rosters are seeing NIL values anywhere from 5. Pretty Tony at Colorado, TD, when we was at the East Red Shrine Bowl, he told me Colorado gonna have a budget of $16 million for this season. That's divvied across the football roster. So you got 5 to 10 million, anywhere from 16 million for FBS. Group of 5, anywhere from $1 million to $3 million. FCS, most are nowhere close except a handful. Jack State, a $1 million NIL roster wouldn't mean leading. It wouldn't mean leading the national pack, but it would mean leading the charge amongst FCS schools and HBCUs. And it gives you a sustainable advantage of recruiting and retention, right? But look at this is the point. What would it take for this to happen? It will require us to be intentional, organized, and strategic across the entire JSU ecosystem, which I think is absolutely beautiful that it's expressed that way. So that goes back to that question of if we're going to go this aggressive and if we're going to get to this place, it will require a level of alignment at the university standpoint, TD, meaning we would have to be in harmony with operations for football games if we will be a part of that. So if the KC-1400 collective is going to be the vehicle to get us to this thing, of course, you would need the JSU ecosystem alignment. Make sense? So administration would have to support the NIL infrastructure with compliance, education, and promotion. That's already happening, but it would have to go probably to a higher level. And then to stay aligned with collectives without violating NCAA. That don't happen anyway. We don't violate NCAA guidelines. That's already. Malone does a really good job of and then the next thing is this. This is the part that really caught me. And I'm going to pause it when it get up here where it say fan base. And I think this is about where I'm going to stop it. Because I just want to make sure everybody really understand. And this is through AI, bro. This ain't even, this is using Chat GPT. You know what I mean? But it just goes to show you that AI is a strong. So the fan base, show up, stay energized, and help push awareness around reoccurring giving, NIL campaigns, JSU branded athletes. All right, and we can pause right here. So it say donors, alumni, and boosters, give consistently. Even a small amount per month makes a difference. It all adds up. Support monthly recurring donation models through the collective or whatever. Encourage friends and networks to support financially. I'll pause right there, bro, and I really just kind of let this thing run through. You jump on in there as you see fit. But the other piece, TD, that's huge, because when you're not talking about exhausting your donor base, it's going to be corporate partners and sponsors, bro. Partner with athletes for endorsements, create NIL deal alignments through brand value. All of the above, these groups need to stay aligned and committed to the common goal over an extended period of time, not just during the hype season, which is critical, bro. Because a lot of times, if it ain't no football season, people just, our efforts just kind of die. When in actuality, the time that it's like training, right? You know how training camp is. What happens at training camp, TD? Ain't no games being played, but guess what? The games are being won or lost right now.
So you see, yeah, championship won in our season, huh?
So if the championship won in the offseason, when do you think is the best time to start aligning for something like this? It's not when the season starts.
It's go time.
In front of that. You know what I'm saying? It's time to execute when the season starts. But the reality of it is that this is a far-fetched thing for some. I do feel like that $1 million isn't a lot of money when it comes to the community as a whole chipping in to do their part. It's really not, bro. It's really not. So when you really talk about really breaking this thing down, man, you're really talking about a roadmap of success of how to do it. You know what I mean? And it can be done. I know it can be done because we're doing it on a smaller level right now. But let me ask you this question. Getting to 500 is very real right now, TD. We 37 away, right?
Right.
Let me ask you a question. You think we can get to 1,000?
What time frame?
Well, not right now. Not in 2025.
Oh. It's going to take that alignment that you're speaking of, Ken.
Talk to me.
I mean, and the reason I'm not saying anything. I mean, of course, you're doing a good job of explaining it, but at the end of the day, you can until we get our ducks in a row and get everything aligned the way it needs to be. You know, it's a blessing that we're moving the way that we are. You know what I'm saying?
The reason we're moving the way we are is it's a grassroots efforts. It's a
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's my right.
Yeah. We're talking about 1,000 people out of 30,000 on the average. You don't think we can get? Not you don't think we can? I think we can. I don't think we hit that this year. 2026 is a realistic goal. It's gonna take some work though.
But I'm saying, can I say this about the whole thing? There are some people out there that can speak on this that can move the needle.
Like who?
I mean, I don't know, probably the same people that kind of speaking on changing his colors. I mean, there's people out there that can probably speak and just can help change the game. It's just a matter, like you said, it's still a grassroots, it's still new. People are still and believe it or not, there may be some people out there who still don't know. Or
it's absolutely well, I mean, we averaging over 2,000 views per stream. It'll go up during football season. We know 3,000-4,000. It'll double. See, that's drops in a bucket compared to that's out there. So it would require us to be where they are. It really would. We taking this thing to the tailgate area. You know what I mean, and really touching some folks and really just talking about it like we've been doing. Right. And then two, it's got to go. We got to have those conversations to, like I said, to figure out what it would take for us to have that communication at the university, on the jumbotron, put up a QR code or something for someone. However, whatever that looks like, I don't know. Like there's so many levels to get to, and what that would take. We're definitely intrigued by it, and that should be the goal, especially with the changes of what we just seen. It really should be all hands on deck. And I'm not saying that as if we're saying that there's some support there, but the alignment is where we have our greatest opportunity. Alignment, messaging, consistency, and if we operate like this, right, you can get far, but imagine if we, imagine if we align like that. That's what because again, this ain't about, it's definitely ain't about me. We're talking about really being able to take this thing about us in general. We're really talking about, so for that to even be an actual thought thing. I love this because I was telling Corey, I love this because I like the fact that he was thinking on the lines of high level. You put it out there, you got to put it in the atmosphere, and you just got to go get it, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we should strive for. And this is just football. So obviously, if you're going to take care of the sports, you want to go past this. But we're talking about having a sustainable football model where it's just going to take us to the next level. And that's the reality of that. And I'm not afraid of it. I'm not scared of it, not afraid of it, and I'm also not afraid to speak to the path of what it's going to take, and go from there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to start with like you said, that alignment. That's going to be the key. So, the ideals that you speaking of, tailgates and stuff like that, more visual. I mean, it's a young lady, a person in here right now. I don't know if it's a young lady, a man from Chicago, from the Chi. I mean, people are listening from everywhere. And a lot of stuff that goes on. I mean, you may feel like you disconnected. You listen to the show, you far away. You might not feel in tune that it don't apply to you, but it does. It does.
If they love JSU sports in any way, if they love JSU sports in any way, and understanding that we will have the conversations around NIL and what we could do to affect that. I just don't have a pessimistic approach about this. If I did, I wouldn't be doing it. Right. Believe it or not, sometimes when we have these conversations, TD, we start staring at where we're not, as if the where we're not is some negative thing compared to where we have come, how far we have come in a very, very, very short period of time. What we've done is absolutely freaking amazing when you really get down to it. I mean, it's been pretty spectacular, bro. And it's been a hell of a ride. Like, for example, we spent the weekend over in Atlanta partnering. We rolled out the partnership with Greenwood. We got a vodka partnership coming down the pipe. And I think that's going to open up opportunities as well. Got a pending opportunity with a hosting site for NIL to expand that want to work with the collective. Mulling that over. And there's so many other. I had some stuff in my inbox. I've had folks reach out pertaining to the whiskey, doing tastings, trying to get it in the stores, trying to get it in bars. The efforts is there, so we're going to see some growth in that capacity. We got new ideas for an expansion on the bottle that we currently have, and actually going into another flavor. It's some opportunities there, man. So the reality of it is that, man, the sky is the limit. It really is. And if you like winning, if you want to help the coaches stay on top, man, get active. If you got questions, it's time out for. I'm gonna tell you something. We got started in September of 2024. That's when we got started with KC-1400 Collective on the channel. Really start pushing it. It's June 2025. If somebody's still saying they don't know because if somebody is saying that they're not supporting because they don't know or we confused or you got questions, I'm telling you right now, man, it's disingenuous because that's a long period of time to sit on a question when those that are readily there can be available to answer those questions. Because sometimes we just kind of hide behind that and use that as an excuse to not support, and that's okay. I'd rather you just say I chalk that up as they not really interested in support. I'm not gonna keep running back to that. We're transparent, we're open book, man, we're available. So that's neither here nor there. So again, for me, it's coming, TD. We 2 weeks away from the football season start. Let a player go out there and he not be
2 months. 2 months.
That's what I'm saying. Less than 2 months away from what did I say? 2 weeks?
Yes.
2 months.
You're excited, man.
No, I mean 2 months. So we're less than 2 months away from football season start. You know what? We're also less than 2 months away from, TD? A whole lot of complaints. A whole lot of griping. A whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? You remember the dude last year that talked all that junk when we lost to Grambling? You remember that? Made a whole video about it. TC he can't coach and he should have never been high. You remember that? I mean, just trash the coaches, the team, Yeah, we get extreme during football season. Oh, it's gonna be on. I got one question.
What's that?
How are you supporting?
Mm.
That's all I want to know. And if your answer is, well, I buy season tickets, I'm done talking. Ain't got nothing else for you, bro. I ain't got nothing else for you, dog. I'm done with it, man. I am, man. But anyway, look, this weekend, hey man, the camps seemed like they went well. I like the team camp.
Yeah.
So we got the women's camp tomorrow. Shout out to all the ladies out there that got the women's that's going to the women's camp. Don't forget to let us know how them oxtails hit. I know TD want a plate, but if they got golden fish, he might be over there looking through the fence.
Hey, man. Yeah, I might put on my butler outfit.
Your butler outfit.
Yeah, man. Go over there and help serve.
Well, you can't be serving and eating at the same time, bro.
Oh. Hey, I didn't say who I was gonna serve. I said I will serve myself.
Yeah. I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying you can't go over there and be eating
lamb chops and stuff, man. That's what's up, man. You're gonna be educated, and you're gonna get a great meal.
No, they've been doing their thing over there, man. The kids camp went well. The 7-on-7 team camp went well. I was thinking the same thing, bro. I just sound like some role players.
Hey, hey, if the hat fit.
All right, Big Daddy, come get this golden fish.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Grab the tickets, man. Hey, but listen, I'm gonna get up off that. I don't want to think about you in no butler outfit right now. Nah, I'm just big backs all over again.
Do I wait?
Woo! Moving right along, man. Hey, man. So listen, bro, over in the MEAC news, man. So the Norfolk State, man, they raised their ticket prices up, TD. This is smart, I think.
I would too.
This is smart. So listen, the Vic effect. Norfolk State ticket prices surged following Mike Vick hire. So they jumped their prices up 80%.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. So Norfolk State is making a big bet on a new era led by Michael Vick. They have raised general admission season ticket prices by over 80%, from $110 to $200. Is that 80%?
I mean, that's a little more.
Yeah, that is 80%.
Hey,
that is 80%, man. As excitement grows around the former NFL star's coaching debut, this increase, the largest in school history, indicates a significant investment in the program and is in line with Norfolk State's participation in the NCAA's new revenue sharing model. A portion of ticket sales would now support student athletes through NIL earnings. With 5 home games on the schedule and fans' interest increasing, the university hopes this bold move will improve performance and make a positive impact on the field and in HBCU athletics overall.
So here's the question I have for you, Ken.
Okay.
The question is, how big is that stadium?
Hosts 30,000.
Oh. And now the question would be, how many normally in attendance? Because now I'm looking, to press kind of like the issue that we have. I don't know if you want to call it an issue, but people being able to just walk up or know that it's not going to be sold out. Are they still going to be willing to participate?
Like KB11 said, are they even buying them? I'm pretty sure they will, man. I think.
200 not bad. It's a quick hike though. You might want to do 150 before you go straight to 200.
I think how you do it is everything.
Yeah.
With the new settlement that just came down the pipe, opting into the program, hey, listen, we have to raise ticket prices. This is what we're going to. This is going to help us fund NIL deals for our players. Not bad.
Right.
I think you're going to see every school do some form of this, but they have a really good reason to, because they hired Michael Vick. That's exactly right. Because if he flops the first year, it's going to be, I don't know. Maybe they say, well, you got to give him time. I don't know what the realistic expectations are.
What would you have done 80%? You ain't seen no product.
Well, when you have a famous coach like Michael Vick,
right?
That's from that area.
True.
He's a legend in that area. This is a no-brainer when it comes from a marketing standpoint.
Yep, you got to shoot for it. Huh?
And I think Michael Vick is beloved enough for folks to at least be intrigued.
Right.
They got the game, and they got a game plan over at Lincoln, whatever the Lincoln Financial Field in Philly versus Delaware State on a Thursday night. One of the things that might be having a coach like a Mike Vick over there could tap into resources, man, partnerships. You don't think Mike Vick can't go hit up Jeffrey Lurie? I don't know if he will or won't, but maybe he already has. Who knows? Some former teammates that's got businesses, got money. That's why you make that hire without the experience. You got a very short window. You got a very small window to try to capitalize on this. They would have did themselves a disservice if they didn't jack ticket prices up, TD. That's my honest opinion.
I mean, I agree with you, but 80% is 80%, man. That's a lot at one time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying $200 not too much. I'm not saying it. That's not what I'm saying at all. I mean, it's fair. That's fine. How many games you getting? 5?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
a game.
Right. I'm not saying there's too much. I mean, hey, we national champ. So, I mean, running them like that. I mean, I guess you got to shoot for it. You got to go for the gusto. So, I mean, I don't have a problem to another question is. I mean, that just a large. It just allowed to raise at one time. I mean, again, the product still hadn't been shown.
Yeah. So here's the thing. When you look at football, right? So you go check out a Virginia Tech, smallest ticket price you can get, the cheapest price you can get, $55. Go all the way up to $12,000, depending on the type of seats and suites and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, $80 per season ticket. Basically, what happened, TD, is they raised the ticket prices by can't even think straight right now. $16 a game.
It's not bad.
So let me do that. Let me paint that scenario again. If I come to you and say, "Hey, we're going to add $16 per single game tickets to take it up to $40 a game," shit, man, you can't really be mad at them, bro.
It ain't no comparison.
No. I get it. I'm just saying in the sense of like price point. I mean, you're right, James Madison. I don't. That's a good comparison. Matter of fact, let's do it. I appreciate that, bro. Let's do it. So James Madison football ticket prices, you're looking at the average. It's about the same. The cheapest price is right at $40, $39. But again, they can go up as high as 400 and something, depending, give or take, depending on that. So James Madison, basically about the same price. But again, they don't have Mike Vick as their coach. Some people come to the game just because it's Mike Vick. People are gonna watch and pay attention just to see what he's doing. I couldn't care less about Delaware State or Norfolk. But I will be watching to see what they do, just because of who they are, right?
Right. The media gonna make sure you know.
Hey, listen, I will say this. I saw some comments on Twitter, TD. One of the alums from Norfolk, she had a lot to say. That's what she had to say, bro. She said Norfolk got it right behind Coach Mike Vick. Miss Murray, Willie Murray, that might be a dude. So there's Willie Murray, my bad. Murray Willie. He said he was replying to Yard, shout out to Yard Talk. She posted it, she retweeted it, and I saw this comment. It said Norfolk got it right behind Coach Mike Vick in raising ticket prices for general admission. Norfolk is now a football powerhouse, and watch the ass whoopings that are going to take place. I expect Norfolk to win the MEAC this year. Yeah, shots fired. Behold. That's a bold prediction, dog.
Powerhouse. I mean, I thought you had to win something to become a powerhouse. No. You're right. You're right. Yeah, Willie, you got a little bit. Willie got a little bit too much dip on the chip. But hey, man, hey. I mean,
it's open though. Isn't it open for the taking though?
Yeah. Okay.
Just saying. I know he's just delusional fan. He said they went into MEAC. Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with the MEAC. We looking to win the SWAC over here. But how different is Norfolk State than Prairie View? They got a new coach. Got some momentum. They feel they excited about. Everybody's undefeated right now. Everybody's undefeated right now.
That's right.
So yeah, man. But I'll say this. Go ahead. Jump in there.
No, man, I'm finna go where the powerhouse is.
Man, you can't come off a season where your coach got fired, and well, I guess you can. You can, but before you got to win the games, bro. You got to win the games first. So Trent, I did see this, man. I did see this today. We'll touch on that in just a second. Man. And by the way, the link is open, man. If y'all got something on y'all mind, come on up, chop it up with us. If you want to add to the NIL conversation, if you want to add to this conversation, feel free to. We ain't going to be on here long. I'm going to go play my game probably till about 2 or 3 in the morning and go from there. But we will get to that. I saw the debate. I'm like, this is crazy to me. Looking at the state of the MEAC, it raised some questions. I know, there's some folks out there be looking at them financials, man. But I never really thought to even consider it. But we'll pull it up in just a second. Did you see what?
Speaking of consider it, are we a powerhouse?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, we are.
Okay.
Ain't shit. That's another conversation. Trent, I don't know. You want to come up and talk about that? Brother C. Lee, y'all want to hop in on this? Grambling dissociated itself from his foundation, bro. Very, very interesting. I don't have enough data to speak intelligently on it, but I'll just leave it. I'll leave it at that. But speaking of, look at this, bro. This came out. Look at the difference in the reportings. Middle Eastern Athletic Conference out of Norfolk, Virginia. Southwestern Athletic Conference out of Birmingham, Alabama. So I didn't know that the MEAC. I didn't know they are a nonprofit. They're 501c4. The donations are not tax deductible. Southwestern Athletic Conference, theirs are deductible. The SWAC made $20 million in revenue, reported on taxes that it generated $20 million in revenue, while the MEAC generated 11.1. We know that the SWAC has 12 teams and the MEAC has 6 or 8 in basketball. But the expenses for the SWAC were far less. Said they losing money for travel to their money games. Is that where they losing their money at? So they spent $13.1 million. So you had a net negative $2 million with liabilities of $2.88 million. SWAC has 0 liabilities with a total in $18 million in assets.
Woo.
I mean, the SWAC is a positive 11 million right now, with MEAC is a negative 2. This is interesting, bro. I just well, how that breakdown and like who thought to even go look at this, plus operating up north is a lot more expensive. You think so?
Yeah, I think it's more expensive I use, man.
Huh? Are you sure that that's what it is? You're saying that the operations over there on the East Coast and up north is more expensive than the South? And that stretches from Florida all the way to Texas?
I think isn't the East Coast it get a little expensive?
Saying like this is the point. That's conference revenue and expenses, not the university expense. Unless that's factored in, the team travels have nothing to do with those financials. Yeah, right, because that falls under the lines of every university has a budget that they have to hit. So their expenses are going to be deducted from their revenue. The SWAC ain't claiming. This is that's tough, man. Like I said, that's a good question. This is what I was wondering, Miss Susie. How the hell they got more expenses with less teams? I'm waiting for somebody to come out and say, "Oh, this is that." Well, this is public information.
Right. I feel you, Trent. That mathing right there.
Ain't mathing.
Ain't.
Math ain't mathing, big dog. Yeah, so I just thought, man, you go out there and it just could be oversized marketing budget. Hey, man, they put on a good media day. We go on a media day next month. If you go look at the tax form via the link that they posted, it will show the expenses breakdown. All right, thank you. Somebody give me the link. Drop the link in the chat. Let's look at it. See, since we talking about it. Post that link, Beaver. Post that link. Let's go look at it. I'm curious. Hey, this is interesting, dog. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
That is my type of watch.
Yeah, man. That's interesting, bro. I guess I could go. I don't feel like in the middle of the show scrolling. I didn't have it right on me. If somebody dropped that link, then I'll definitely touch on it. But shout out to Commissioner McClellan and the SWAC, man. At the end of the day, you want to make money, bro. That's the whole point. You want to definitely make money. Brother Trent, talk to me. How you doing, brother? Shh.
Hey, your mic is on, Trent.
Can you hear me, Trent?
We hear Woody ASAP in the background.
Yeah, I can hear you. In the background.
No, you good. So talk to me.
I really don't have a lot to put on this. Oh, I see what's happening here now. Give me a second. Okay.
All right, which inbox?
Now we're back. Okay.
I'm gonna have to email myself. Okay, let's take a look.
Okay. All right. We good now? Are we good now?
Yes, sure. I can hear you. You live. Go for it.
Oh, okay. I didn't really want to say a lot because all I saw was really what you all are looking at right now. But what just jumps out at me is that I find it ridiculous. I don't know how anybody in a conference operates at a $2 million deficit for 1 year. And then on top of that, and I know they do not have as many schools who are actively MEAC schools that that the SWAC has, but I'm not understanding the way that they budgeted, so that the SWAC has really what looks like probably about 90% more revenue and maybe only about 60% of the expenses. I'm just kind of doing some rough round math in my head. This is, the MEAC, somebody needs to do an audit because something is wrong somewhere. I can tell you that much.
So check that out, right?
Pioneer Conference, $93,000.
Hey man, ain't none of our business over there. However they get it how they live, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but still, 93,000 is still a lot more than negative 2 million.
Yeah, so this is interesting, man. I love this because we oftentimes we like to act like the SWAC is not. This is a perfect. Maybe I'm taking this the wrong way, but it does feel like sometimes we kind of overvalue other stuff, and we don't really appreciate the value of our own. The SWAC leading, kicking ass in the FCS right now.
Yes,
they did. That's what we're doing. It's a profitable conference, the most profitable conference, according to the numbers. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. The 12-member institutions of the SWAC should be, and that's right. He's been saying it, and we didn't believe it. We didn't believe it. When I say we, not no damn we, they ain't no we, because I ain't never really questioned it. But this is interesting. How much are those conferences spending though? They spending money, but I'm not saying that they already starting with a nice chunk of change, way less than what we. She said she was hungry. And where we at now? When we talk about net profit, you know what I'm saying? Grow, that's a whole different can of worms right there. I'm just saying. Most SWAC universities are 1,890 land grant institutions, different funding. When the MEAC steals 80 robbers from JSU, we would turn it around. I'm about to block you because you keep saying that. I know, Johnny, you good people, man. He good people. We gonna connect. Let me ask you a question, and this is something for you to consider, brother Johnny. Why the hell would A.D. Robinson want to do that? What would he do that for? Is he gonna become the commissioner?
Can I add in? A lot of people act like that the SWAC is not well run, which is not to say that the SWAC is above criticism, because we can certainly point out some things that maybe we could do differently.
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. Keep going. I don't want people to think I'm gonna block Johnny. But Johnny, good people. Appreciate the email, Johnny. I'm gonna get back with you. Go ahead, Trent.
But the fact of the matter is, you know, there is no argument that the SWAC is well run. We can argue about TV contracts and whether we are getting the full value of those contracts, or not. You know, sister that actually released these figures today from Yard Talk.
Shout out to Yard.
You know, she's had some criticisms of the ESPN contracts that we participate in and so forth. And certainly there's an argument there that your largest audience is going to be on ESPN, but you certainly want to do whatever you can to maximize your revenue, and you don't want to be in a position where ESPN is just taking advantage of you either. So, you know, shout out to the sister. I follow whatever it is that she has to say, but this is some interesting stuff to look at. I don't really want to say a whole lot more because, number one, I'm not an accountant.
Facts.
But just looking at it, I do not understand how any conference can operate in a given year at negative $2 million unless this is something that was expected, had been disclosed to the stakeholders ahead of time that, hey, we're gonna take this L now so that we can be profitable in the future. You know, we saw this hit coming. We're gonna go ahead and take it, and then we're gonna roll with the punches after this. You know, I haven't looked at what the revenue was in prior years, or you know, if they even have projections for future years. But just looking at this as the second largest, because certainly the SWAC is the largest athletic HBCU conference, but as the second largest conference, is concerning. And somebody from the MEAC ought to be somewhere explaining themselves, you know, now that this has been publicized.
Yeah, man, and it's being talked about. And they even got us talking about it. I just say it's good to be in the SWAC.
Right.
Like profitability.
You know, I mean, we keep talking about super conference, you know, or and so forth, and there's a lot to be said about that. But that's a great point. If we're gonna be talking about a super conference, then clearly we see who the leadership of the super conference might need to be.
Well, what the conversation needs to be, we need to see which of those MEAC schools want to join the SWAC, because the SWAC is the better operated, better run conference. We already got 12 teams. What's 4 more?
Right.
Add 4 more.
Give
us Central. Give us Norfolk State, because the conference office is there. So you can leave D-Jack and Mike Vick over there in the MEAC. And give us Central, give us
A&T. Well, A&T ain't even in the MEAC no more.
Hell with A&T. A&T doing well on some other. They over there in a whole nother world. But give us Central. Give us South Carolina State.
Howard.
Give me Howard. Who else we got?
Hampton.
No, hell no. It's somebody else. Who am I missing, y'all?
You said you got what, 6 schools in the MEAC now, right?
Yeah, but I only named 3.
But you don't want the other 2.
Is it 5?
Oh,
Morgan State. Give me Morgan State.
Morgan State.
Give me Morgan State.
Then you ain't got no MEAC left.
That ain't got nothing to do with us. For the look of this report, they ain't got no MEAC left neither.
Point taken.
I'm just saying, they ain't got no MEAC. This is MEAC.
Right. You know, but I mean, on the subject of school of a super conference, and I know let me say this. If we would expand, we got it. We need. I'll tell you who I want if we can expand, and give me Tuskegee and give me Tennessee State.
That's it.
Yeah, because that'll be some traveling, boy.
You know, I would say if we were in a situation where we could add an A&T, you know, that should certainly be considered since they are actually the largest HBCU by enrollment.
Who?
A&T.
A&T not coming.
But, you know, I was just saying, you know, if we just having this discussion, because they're the largest by enrollment.
If we're being honest, like A&T coming to the SWAC would be freaking amazing. If we're being honest, like they are the largest HBCU. But I'm just talking about but for those who don't understand how the conference would work, man, we talking about travel. Man, look at the Big Ten. Look at what they've done. Listen, family, listen. When you talk about when you talk about expanding to super conference status, you're also talking about bringing in more dollars, more partnerships. If you're going to bring in Central, you got to if you can bring in NCAT and Central, great. Right?
And South Carolina State.
South Carolina State, Tennessee State. I'm going to tell you why. That puts you at 16 teams. It gives you a boatload of history when it comes to that. You know, you got South Carolina State, Tennessee State. You got the two. You got that rivalry now. Howard probably. We would love that from a basketball standpoint, as well as just the
East Coast.
East Coast.
They are bound to the East Coast.
But here's what I'm saying, family. Cal and Stanford is in the ACC.
Right.
That means they're gonna fly from Berkeley to Clemson, South Carolina.
Every year or every other year.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, though, but the Big Ten has a big, massive TV deal that's gonna pour money back into their member institutions, which will be able to offset some expenses. So I don't know if Commissioner McClellan, that's a conversation we could have. I think adding more teams to the SWAC is probably more realistic than the two conferences merging. But that's a question we would have to ask. Does it make sense to add any more teams? And if we do so, what would the pathway? Does Tennessee State even want to leave the OVC to join HBCU conference?
They make more money.
I think so too.
What kind of traveling would you have with that as far as the fans?
Nashville, 5 hours. Jackson just got a straight shot southwest to Nashville. It's a layover city now.
Actually, I'm talking about North Carolina A&T.
It would be TD. That would be it.
You mean the people that claim they had the greatest homecoming on earth? They got to travel.
Man, listen, bro. We going. TD, we going, bro.
Matter of fact, just so I can experience it, I want to play A&T for their homecoming.
But TD, I don't think we're going to see that happen that often. Where even if you add them, where you're going to have to go over there like that.
And find a neutral site, what you're saying?
For example, TD, we don't even play a Texas school this season.
Yeah.
That's a part of expansion. Guess who we got? We got FAMU and Bethune.
Two good games.
You got Southern and Grambling. You got Valley and Alcorn. And then you got Bama and Bama State. Bama State and Bama A&M. That's right. That is true. We got that Daytona trip. Look, it's a flight. At the end of the day, we'll make it happen. Hell, we're going all the way to Vegas to play Grambling. And Grambling 2.5 hours up the street.
Exposure.
Money. So let me give you a scenario, TD. Jackson State versus North Carolina A&T in Atlanta.
So it ought to sell everything in Atlanta out.
It's just a regular game.
No, I'm saying like the same thing that Valley and FAMU doing. Shucks, to cut down on travel, get a sponsor. Because with them sponsors come dollars. Guess what, TD? Instead of us accruing expenses, how about annually we meet at a neutral site? We play each other. It is what it is. You got some couple of sponsors want to get in the game and start sponsoring some HBCU games. Hey, man, make it do what it do. I'd rather go to Atlanta than I would Greensboro, North Carolina.
True. Yeah. But what you're saying is what we used to do with Tennessee State.
This is it. It's 2025. We're halfway past into 2025. Everything has changed now. Look at that. Look at that. Jerome tell you that East Coast. Jerome, by the way, let me tell you something, Jerome. You saw what we just did in Atlanta? We need to come to Charlotte, bro. I need y'all to start working on an event, man. We pulling up. Me, TD, Kevin Dink, KT Dub, and Ms. Rochelle. We coming to the Queen City.
Hey, can I add to that? I got a daughter in Greensboro who graduated from A&T. So if y'all go to Charlotte, and not to mention my roommate from college is in Charlotte. If y'all go to Charlotte, I'm going.
Stop. We don't use that word if, Trent. We going.
Okay.
Ain't no if.
When it gets set, I'm going.
I'm telling y'all, we got two cities on dock right now, on deck right now to get to. But we're trying to do a similar type situation. That's Dallas and Charlotte. My American Airlines hubs. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Now, for real. I'm dead serious. I'm not even kidding. Doug mentioned it today. I was talking to him. True story. Breaks even because no one goes to their games. And that's why they added MEAC games back to the schedule. Man, listen. At the end of the day, with what we're talking about right now, I'm going to tell you guys, and I stand by this, the SWAC has proven everybody. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Forget the MEAC side. They got to get their stuff together. However that works, whatever the reason it is, a negative $2 million is a lot of money being in the hole. I don't care how you slice that. Hell, a negative 200,000 is a lot of money being in the hole. But the SWAC most profitable FCS conference, that tells you that HBCU football is live and well. The business of SWAC football and what conference, not just football, but the SWAC conference is healthy right now, very healthy. Like Dr. McClellan said, when he inherited, when he took over that role, he was in the red. I say that to say this. We don't think that we could do major stuff because we devalue our own stuff. Zoe, you say that all the time. Black folk devalue black things. It's almost like a rerun. You say it all the time. But you see with the numbers that it's profitable. I don't know if that means that other conferences would even consider coming back. It is what it is. I think it would be monumental, though. I think it would be monumental if those HBCUs decide, you know what? The hell with being over here. We're getting tired of getting treated like the redhead stepchild. And ever since A&T left, they program took a nosedive. They didn't get better.
Barely hear from them.
They didn't get better at all. So what is it? If football is your job, now don't get me wrong, they still the creme de la creme. Matter of fact, they got a great documentary on about A&T right now that's available to watch. Brother Jerome suggested it. I mentioned you today, Senior. Sure did. I said Timona, Jerome, all y'all out there. We trying to come, man. We're gonna pull up on y'all, man. Trying to do an event, man. Push that collective. Keep pushing it. Keep growing our support. We got some guys. We love to put those Carolina kids on NIL deals. But we need your support to do that.
Carolina has been very, very good to us.
It has been. It definitely has been. We got a big time player that just came from where, TD?
He just came from Carolina.
Yeah, there you go.
Charlotte.
Let me tell you something.
Charlotte.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know if it's just necessarily Charlotte, but he's from that area.
From Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Hey. When y'all see him, y'all gonna want to keep him. And if you want to keep him, it's gonna cost you. I'm just saying, he from Charlotte, dog. So listen, we're gonna put the onus on those from there. Jay Lockhart from Charlotte.
Right. So
KC Chisholm from South Carolina. We from the Carolinas.
Shout out to Irv.
Irv.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, man. Hey, has anybody come up with a rule yet? FBS schools gonna have to pay FCS schools, smaller schools, for plucking their players?
Not yet, but I don't think that
out.
I'll say this. There's some clauses coming that if we done paid you some bread and you decide to take our money and bounce, you gotta pay that money back, bro. Go get your big deal. Just cash me out, big dog. Before I have to call Trent.
Litigation is what I do.
Let me get that back, big dog. I'm telling you, man, we ain't taking no losses in 2026. None. Not a quarter. Can't take no losses, man.
It might serve us to have a reputation for doing that, and that might make some people reconsider.
Look, man, I'm just telling you, it's gonna be added. Just saying. You got to, hey man, listen, I whatever. You do better off because you don't want that lawsuit, or just don't sign it. Best way to stay out of it. But here's my point, though, man. No, man, we're in a good space. We're in a really good space right now. But I think it would be way better if they came to the SWAC. The SWAC don't need to do nothing, but continue to add.
Well, SWAC in the catbird seat.
Hey, see, Johnny, think about it though. Like, I don't know if they would want to join. I don't know if they want to join.
You still got your SWAC MEAC challenge. So
in the ATL.
But you can create something else though, TD. SWAC MEAC challenge is great. Don't get it twisted. It does. It is. But even if they had to change the name due to the fact that, MEAC, we ain't trying to take nothing from the MEAC, but I tell you this much. You know who should consider? Don't even worry about the MEAC school. Hampton, NCAT, Tennessee State. Man, what do we with that route?
Hey man, Tennessee State got ice hockey now.
They keep it.
They don't say. I don't know who they gonna play in this SWAC.
Who they playing now? Not a one.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying, if we're gonna talk about, the super conference, one can make the case that adding FAMU and Bethune-Cookman made the SWAC a super conference.
But it can always get bigger.
It can. Expansion is a beautiful thing. We see it happening around in other conferences, and the reality of it is that the goal is to, sweeten up those deals. But that you have to also think about it like this. One of the things that McClellan said when adding FAMU and Bethune-Cookman to the SWAC was you just got one of the top classics in the entire HBCU landscape. You keep the Magic City Classic. You added the Florida Classic. We had the Southern Heritage Classic, which somehow may need to, whatever. That's not a SWAC conference, but you have the de facto Boombox Classic. But you have the Bayou Classic, the Magic City Classic, the Florida Classic. the Soul Bowl.
You know what? I'm gonna visit at least one of those classics this year, Trent.
You say what?
I'm gonna visit at least one of those classics this year.
By you.
I've been going.
I'm gonna tell you what I want to do though. I got to be real with you, TD. Oh yeah, the State Fair Classic. I might have to. I don't care about them schools over there though. I need it. I don't care about no Tech Southern, no Prairie View. They part of the SWAC, but whatever. I want to go to the Magic City Classic, bro.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I learned, Ken, from the Celebration Bowl. This past Celebration Bowl, you had people, alumni from schools that weren't nearly participating, but it was just a reason for them to get, for those alumni to get to Atlanta for the weekend. So the State Fair Classic, is kind of in that same vein. You have alumni from schools that.
Okay, Trent, you sold me. All right, I'll give it consideration.
Come on.
State Fair Classic is in Dallas. I am a big fan of the city of Dallas, one of my favorite cities of all time. Got great people that I know that live in Dallas. Love it. That's why we coming to Dallas.
Hey, so here's the key: you got to find out which one is near that buy. Got to be the buy, Trent.
Let's put up.
It's got to do what now?
You gotta be around the buy.
Oh, absolutely. And in particular, I'm not missing a home game.
All right, listen, y'all. We're gonna work through this rat now. All right. Let me see something real quick.
I mean, speaking of that, Valley been mighty quiet, man. What's Coach Buck they up there doing? I'm gonna have to.
If I was Valley, I'd be quiet too. They ain't got nothing to talk about. What they talking about?
They got Coach Buck up there, man.
And Coach Buckley ain't no different than T-Buck finna get put.
Truthfully, I want T-Buck to do well. Mississippi guy, he certainly has the experience, his first opportunity. I don't care if they whoop everybody's ass except ours.
They did be FAMU.
So all right. So our dates are write this down, y'all. September the 20th and October the 18th.
The week before Vegas.
Who playing on October 18th?
Zach, that's brutal, man.
Huh?
Blue, man. Blue.
What are we talking about? September? What I say? September 20th? No. October 18th.
October 18th. Now the problem is that's the week before Vegas, so a lot of people are resting up for Vegas.
Prairie View plays Southern, Alcorn, FAMU, Texas Southern, Virginia Lynchburg. Ain't nobody care about none of these games.
Prairie View and Southern.
Well, the Alcorn FAMU game, but that's in Tallahassee. Got a quarterback who's playing.
Prairie View and Southern, just because I want to see, all the hype around Tremaine Jackson. I'm gonna be interested in the outcome.
Man, come on, bro. Ain't no games out there for us. And I don't know about.
I mean, I hate I had to put you through that. You just said that.
Blue wrong for that.
Hey, listen, man. All you trying to say is that we know y'all want that FAMU Jack State game in Atlanta. That's the only way y'all gonna get to Atlanta to play. Anyway, that's gonna be the only way y'all get to Atlanta is in the regular season. Y'all ain't going in the postseason, bro.
EA is honing his salesman skills.
He ain't trying to get. They trying to get that Jackson State versus. Wait a minute.
We'll go.
It really. Oh, okay. I see what y'all mean. You talking about the Alcorn game? Well, y'all might have to come twice, bro, because. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I mean, they gotta come twice anyway.
I don't see us giving up no home game against Fat. Well, actually, hell, if y'all ain't gonna bring the marching 100 and y'all bring 12 fans, you might well go to Atlanta for a big old check. It's gonna have to be 500 to $1 million.
And no band.
Got to bring the band. Bring that big old out of tune band on over there, man. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever the fuck y'all be doing. I look. Y'all just big for nothing.
I don't have a sound in my head for FAMU band.
Cause they out of tune.
Oh, I mean, I think last time I saw them,
you better go to Tallahassee if you want to hear them.
Oh, well, last time I heard them, I think in Miami.
And what they sound like here.
Hey, Johnny, let me ask you a question, Big John. Big Johnny, Johnny, what difference does it make today? Where the money go?
Hey, we turned that over. We turned that leash over last year, Johnny. We get your point. We turned that over
the last two, man.
Right. Last two, right.
I don't remember nothing prior to that. Who won before the FAMU won?
FAMU beat Howard.
Oh, I know.
South Carolina Prime lost.
Central Hell, we lost them.
Yeah,
it was us. We lost
North Carolina Central
State. Yeah,
because Prime wouldn't play Gaddy.
I still don't understand. That's a bunch of horse crap.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up because I know Ken about to go.
That's crazy to me though. So you leaving, and you knew you were leaving, and you decided to not play a player because he was late.
You want to be a disciplinarian all of a sudden.
He was late to a meeting that you changed the time of. Wow.
He was late to a meeting by 5 minutes for putting his stuff on the bus before the meeting as opposed to after.
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. He out there in a jogging suit because you want to be a disciplinarian. The tight end coach was in Colorado hosting the damn recruiting weekend. But somehow, anyway, it'll never make sense to me, bro.
You know what? Water under the bridge.
Yeah, man, you're right. We won that Celebration Bowl last year.
We the national champions.
Hey, Christopher, tell them to come defend it. Tell them to come defend it.
Won most of those trophies. Yeah, that's the only thing they can hold on to. Because they ain't winning nothing now but some participation trophies over there. What conference they in now? The CAA? What conference is NCAT in?
CAA.
Okay.
Which itself, and I need to go look because I don't want to speak out of turn, but I believe is not financially doing well.
Well, let's go back to what I got that from Dre. What them numbers at again?
Yeah. Y'all give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back while you pulling them numbers up.
We're about to get ready to get up out of here anyway in a second. We'll wait till you get back. I don't even see them numbers. There we go. CAA ain't even on that joint. Oh, well. What? Are you serious?
Wow.
Whoa.
Man, who golly, they might got some madhouses in that come.
No,
I know.
My good. Well, they might be better this year on the Coach Gibbs, I guess. You know, he's supposed to be resurrecting them. But that's tough. Wow. Wow, Blue. Whoa. Said the NCAT ain't won a game in the CAA since they've been over there.
That would defeat the purpose of being there.
Too prideful to come back to the neighborhood, huh?
The neighborhood might make that $2 million up if they came back.
So you'd rather be a bottom feeder in a bottom feeder FCS conference than to be the top dog on your own block.
A lot to be said about that.
Their women's bowling team, their women's basketball, track are doing good. Ain't nobody care.
If it ain't football or basketball, sometimes baseball, because you got to go with your revenue generators.
Yeah.
Football, basketball are always going to be your revenue generators. And if your primary revenue generator has not won a conference game the whole time you've been in the conference, why are you there? And that might explain your attendance.
Hey, speaking of the people that in CAA, what happened to Mike Minter? He just walked away from the game, or
From
Campbell? Yeah. Because at one while he's supposed to be in the hottest thing smoking.
I think there was like a mutual parting.
I mean, I thought that from what I could tell, I thought Mike Minter was a good coach.
He was a good recruiter, and then nothing else. He's an assistant in the NFL.
That's what I thought. I thought he went to the NFL. I was trying to see where he went.
Man, they'll probably say he has Sac State.
I'm reading he's at Western Michigan now.
For real?
I put his name in, Wikipedia popped up.
He's at Sac State?
I don't know how long since Wikipedia has been updated, but they're saying he's a defensive analyst at Western Michigan since 2024.
Yep.
That's what his Wikipedia page says.
Wow.
And I couldn't even begin to tell you what conference Western Michigan plays in.
Aren't they in like
maybe the AAC or something like that?
They're in the MEAC, I think. Yeah, they're in the MEAC.
But I'm trying to figure out how you go from head coach at Campbell to defensive analyst in the MEAC.
Mutual parting. They didn't fire him. They let him walk away on his own respectfully. And he just went and found the next job that was available to him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's connections. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how they go.
Well, we had what was in Minnesota's head coach that Prime brought in as a
So that means he heading over to Sac State then. That means he did that last year. That would be probably the smart thing to do. Damn, that Sac State gonna be loaded, bro.
Aren't they though?
Hey, Blue, you think Sac State gonna win FCS this year? They should. Oh, that's a good question. I don't Potentially.
It will probably need to.
Sure.
Well, I mean, we still have the as long as every position group is represented, we still should be okay. And you just ask.
And truthfully, you can probably get by with like grad assistants to make up some in terms of salaried employees, you probably try to get by with grad assistants to try to cover some of that ground.
Man, North Dakota State is still North Dakota State, Montana. But anyway, before we get ready to get out of this thing, family, make sure you guys get your season tickets, man. Click the button, get your season tickets, Link is in the chat. 37 signups away from hitting that goal, man. If you're not signed up, if you're watching this show and it's not live, go to KC-1400collective.com, get signed up. And then listen, the pre-order still open for the whiskey, man. GreenwoodWhiskey.com. Go grab you a pre-order bottle of the KC-1400 bottle, and cheers, man. Get that thing to 300, baby. Let's get it to 300. That's all I got for the night, fellas.
Mr. Trent, you good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I love. Look, I had got them there. You said something. I didn't know we were about to check out, and I was like, how many FCS players went? Because everybody's always bragging about North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Montana. And I was trying to say, okay, well, in the draft, how many of their people? I know some of their people went. And I was trying to see what those numbers were. And that was where I was when TD asked me, was I good?
Yeah,
I mean, you would think they would have more players in the league than what they do for the win, and
North Dakota State had a couple who get drafted.
Eight FCS players total. So, and I say that, and not to make this a race thing, but we need to start talking to a lot of our black kids and saying, why not JSU?
Well, that's what we're talking about, Trent, when we're talking about growing this
NIL.
This NIL pot, man.
Right.
That's going to attract a lot of that's going to attract some kids that wouldn't necessarily give us some consideration. Or it may sway some kids to say, you know what? Because when they come to Jackson, Jackson is just different. Jackson puts their arms around you. It's a great city, great school, you know what I'm saying? Great vibes. And damn, I can get an NIL deal too. They got a collective. Oh, man, that's pretty awesome, man. So
hey, I was never an athlete. I'm still trying to figure out how to go back and be 17 years and 10 months old one more time and start all over.
For real,
all, baby.
For real, man.
Just the way that this university, and it was like that before I ever got there, and it certainly has continued in the 39 years since I was a freshman. You just can't beat it.
We had 36 signups. You gotta sign up tonight. I didn't even see that. My mistake.
Well, so, count me in for my extra, Ken.
35 then. So that puts us at 35 more. We got 35 more to go. So 2 tonight. Yeah, man. Let's knock out this 35, man. We got what, 11 days, 10 days, 9 days. I think we can do it before the month is out. The goal was to get it done by the end of June. If we have to go, a few days over into July, cool. But let's go ahead and knock it out, man. Over the weekend, buy up them bottles. Everybody that's in the collective chat, listen. If you got somebody that that like a little whiskey, send them that link. Send them the link. Send them the link for the signups. Oh yeah. You got the perfect drinking glass. I'm about to go give me some ginger ale myself. But we appreciate everybody, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in as always. We'll be back on Monday. Keep it light and bright, man, as we gear up for SWAC Media Day coming up in a few weeks. And we'll go from there.
It's in the air.
I can smell the football, man. Those schools are definitely setting the pace for NFL players from FCS. 24 picks in the past 5 years. No other conference above 11. Big Sky only other over 10. Damn.
And yet we creating the most revenue.
Yep. Now we got other ways to make it happen, man. So, but anyway, all right, Tiger Nation. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you, brother Trent, as always.
Yeah, love.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers, baby. Peace out, everybody.
All right, go Tigers.
Again.
ShotRx is bringing healthcare to you. With our mobile health team, we can come to your school, church, or business to take care of you. We offer childhood immunizations, COVID and flu vaccinations, physicals, and much more. Don't put your health off. Welcome to Care and Compassion. Welcome to ShotRx.
Hello, I'm Kevin Dent, Jackson State University, safety, Canton, Ohio. Today I'm being inducted to the Black College Hall of Fame. I want to give a shout out to KC-1400 Media Group for giving me this platform to introduce me to this stage. I'd like to thank them, thank Jackson State, and Jackson State family. Go Tigers.
Hey, this True Thompson. True, you got to get a word for Tiger Nation, man. I love y'all. Tiger Nation. Do y'all love? Go Tigers, baby. Appreciate you.